There was another shooting at 140 South Dearborn, where there were 2 additional victims. One of those victims, a 14-year-old, sustained multiple gunshot wounds and died. There were 5 guns that were recovered. No parent certainly wants to get that terrible, life-altering call. It is senseless violence like these shootings that makes us all feel unsafe. And it has left too many families in Chicago reeling. Incidents like last night set us back as a city, and it evokes fear. Our young people have to understand that they should not attend these unauthorized events that have been advertised on social media. They are extremely dangerous due to the number of individuals that may be carrying weapons, especially semi-automatic weapons. And as much progress as we have made, there are still far too many guns on our streets. And for these young people who have engaged in these incidents, you have put yourselves and your friends at risk. Because of the reckless behavior of a few individuals, we have families devastated, and our downtown residents are hesitant to leave their own homes. I'm the first person to recognize that we have more work to do in this city to provide safe spaces for our young people. But these types of violent gatherings can never be an alternative, nor can they be normalized. We need parents, guardians, and other responsible adults to do their best to accompany young people in large, unsanctioned after gatherings where weapons are likely to be present.
So you want the parents, let me get this straight. I just want to make sure that we are hearing this correctly. You want the parents to appear with the children at these large gatherings where children are carrying guns and semi-automatic weapons, and you think that is going to stop the problem. So we've gotten soft on crime. We've turned away the federal government's help to reduce crime, even though we've seen them get great results in Memphis and in other places in removing guns off the street. We haven't heard anything about what's going on in D.C. at this point because they've just completely gone silent. And then you have a shooting at a Christmas gathering in downtown Chicago, which everybody predicted was going to happen anyway. You also had a mother that got beat up outside of an elementary school, and we all know that that's also cultural, and nobody wanted to take responsibility, and they wanted to blame the school instead of blaming the culture and the parents. And we have a shortage of police officers. You're dealing with a budget deficit of $1.6 billion. Chicagoans and residents are looking to get out of the city because property taxes has exploded, in some cases up to 133%, which is insane. That's more than double what you were paying the year before. They continue to act like crime isn't an issue. They underreport and don't respond to a lot of the different things. And even Ray Charles could have predicted that there was going to be a shooting, in which there was multiple different shootings in Chicago at the tree lighting event. Thank God. Thank God that Brandon Johnson got it under control, y'all.
There's always more we as adults can do to make sure that we know where our kids are and what they are doing. I recognize this feels like emotional whiplash. After this incredible celebration last night where thousands of people gathered, Chicagoans who were enjoying our tree lighting ceremony, thousands of Chicagoans came to express their love for our city. It was peaceful. It was a joyous evening, a vision of the best of Chicago. The holiday season is a time when we come together as a city. It's when we spend time with our families and our loved ones. This is the opposite type of behavior that anybody wants to see. We have too many guns and too many young people who don't value their own lives or the lives of others. And when we have a setback like this, it just reminds us of the long road that we have to build the city that we all want to live in. We will continue to pray for the victims and their families. We will continue to pray for our city. This is an ongoing investigation and we'll provide the updates as we have them. With that, I'll take some questions.
And here's the key. I'm hearing that nobody was arrested. And when I say nobody, they don't have a clue. Now, I'll give you an update if I get some additional details where they were able to arrest somebody, where there were 1 dead and at least 8 people that shot in multiple different shootings. But I'm hearing that there's no arrest. And when I say no, I mean zero, zilch, nada, don't even have a clue. And people know who did it and won't even say nothing to the police officers because they've encouraged people to villainize the police and or defund the police. I wonder if those social workers and safety officers, volunteers that help stop the violence, can help Chicago solve for this problem.
Mayor, news of this was, this okay, go ahead. Mayor, word of this gathering was circulating on social media for a couple days ahead of it actually taking place. What was the city's plan to proactively meet that ahead of the gathering itself? This was on TikTok and it was circulating. People were telling folks to avoid downtown because there was a team takeover planned.
Yeah, so we have been monitoring social media and this gathering for a couple of days. And so working with the Chicago Police Department and the Chicago Public Schools, there was a communication that was delivered to CPS to encourage young people not to participate in these unauthorized gatherings. We had 700 additional officers on top of the 1st Police District present. We had CVI workers that were out there as well. But clearly, what we put in place did not do enough to prevent what we were concerned about from actually manifesting. We will continue to make the necessary.
One thing we know about Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is that he's going to throw a lot of word salad and no accountability in there.
Necessary adjustments as we move along to ensure that these large, peaceful, citywide events can take place without the terror and the harm of gun violence.
What concerns do you have with the Mag Mile Lights Festival tonight and the concerns that this may spur with other folks not becoming comfortable or becoming now uncomfortable coming downtown? Because my feel is that people had kind of gotten comfortable again coming downtown. They weren't worried about some of these team takeovers. What are your concerns and what are you putting in place to try to address?
I wouldn't be surprised if he said, well, they're not takeovers, they're large gatherings. That's what he used to say when he first got in office to correct people.
Any potential issues that may occur tonight?
Yeah. Well, whether it's our lights festival or tree lighting or any other event, we're always preparing to ensure that we protect people. And, you know, I was at the tree lighting last night. It was an incredible event and a joyous event. And it is, quite frankly, frustrating and quite upsetting when this type of violence takes place because it does engender and evoke fear. So we will have a strong police presence. You know, we'll have stronger control over how traffic flows because there was so much energy downtown. It made it difficult for our police officers to move around, right? And so we'll make those adjustments with more officers in place that have far more nimbleness to get around the traffic, because again, that was one of the challenges as these gatherings took place and as they begin to metastasize, it was very difficult for law enforcement to move. So we'll
This guy's amazing, bro.
make that adjustment. There'll be community violence intervention workers there as well. And I want to
Violence intervention workers. Jesus Christ.
continue to compel all adults who have responsibility for children. You have to know where they are because these handful of bad actors have caused disruption for a city that clearly has rebounded. Right. We have more activity downtown. We have more activity throughout our communities because our communities have been becoming safer. And this is a setback. It's something that, of course, that I am absolutely frustrated and, quite frankly, I'm angry about how this incident has caused the type of disruption and fear. But we have put some additional measures in place to ensure that people can enjoy the lights coming alive downtown as we transition into the holiday season.
If anybody trusts Brandon Johnson to help protect them, then you a fool, and you might as well go back home. You might as well go back home. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Brandon Johnson has completely lost control of the city, bro.